Okay, guys, I am popping in for a bonus episode today because we need to look at the most insane reactions to Sydney Sweeney's viral interview and also talk about why Republicans can learn from her response. So in case you missed it, Sydney Sweeney is doing promotion for a new movie that she has out right now. It is a boxing movie. She had this really cool physical transformation. I think she put on like 15 pounds of muscle to take on this role. And she did a sit down with GQ. And the entire interview ended up becoming about the now infamous jeans commercial, the Nazi propaganda, the racial dog whistles that Sydney Sweeney took part in with an American Eagle jeans ad. And there was a specific response in this GQ interview that took the internet by storm. So let's just go ahead and watch.
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
Okay, we're gonna pause there. The way they get into this question, first of all, the interviewer's like, it's so innocent. We love, jeans are uncontroversial, aren't they? Let's talk about Donald Trump. And you can watch Sydney's face. She goes from haha to okay. She literally sours and she simply says it's surreal. That is not a political statement. I've said before, if I had the opportunity to meet any president, whether a Republican or Democrat, I would take that opportunity. You know, we saw Addison Rae at a UFC event and she like got up and shook Donald Trump's hand, has never said a political thing in her life. And everybody was like, oh my God, MAGA, MAGA. Like, I'm sorry. It is crazy to meet a president. It is crazy to interact with a president. So Sydney was being very, level-headed, simple. Now, we know allegedly she is a registered Republican, but she's not giving this woman anything. She's simply saying it is surreal, which again is a fact. A president tweeting about you, supporting you, defending you, whatever it might be, that is genuinely surreal no matter what side of the aisle you are on, unless you have major Trump derangement syndrome. The interviewer did not stop there. Now we're getting to the real meat of this, the real thing that went viral.
You've made a really good case for keeping your thoughts and your life separate from that work. But the risk is that, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No. No.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
I mean, it is so good. Everything she did. Okay, this interviewer, guys, she's like, you can't even make this up. This literally was like a left-wing humiliation ritual. Like Sydney sat down and this one was like, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna expose Sydney Sweeney. I'm gonna do all of this. She's sitting there. She's so innocent. Everything's good. She's like, don't you worry that people are gonna get an idea about you? Don't you worry people aren't gonna wanna see your movie? She's expecting that Sydney is going to roll over like every other Hollywood actress and go, oh my God, no, don't call me a racist. Oh my gosh, yes, it really impacted me. Let me take this opportunity to apologize. But she doesn't get that with the first question. So she moves on. She continues. She goes, okay, well, we need to talk about this, political climate. Don't you think that was a bad idea? Don't you want to apologize and bend the knee? Don't you want to admit that everything you did is awful and your values are terrible and you should, disown your MAGA family? And Sydney goes, no, if there's an issue that I care about, I will speak on it and people will know. But it will not be here as you are gaslighting me and baiting me. I mean, it was the most incredible response. She did not move her face an inch. It was brilliant. And obviously the internet went wild. Conservatives were like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is the new meme format. This is, how we're responding to all of these insane accusations. This is how we're responding to left-wing journalists. And so on my side of X, everyone was really happy. There was, joy and humor and fun. And then I logged on to Instagram. And it was a very, very different situation. I was scrolling through my reels, scrolling through my Explore page, and I just kept getting hit with video after video after video mocking Sydney Sweeney and ripping her to shreds. This is the first one that I saw, and then we're gonna read the comments because, guys, they are unreal. But it's still really freaking hilarious. All right, let's just watch this.
I wear jeans all the time. Just not during this interview. I'm from Spokane. And this is pro. president saying my name was surreal. And I won't elaborate on what that means to me at all. I'm actually apolitical. Do I condemn Nazis? If I have an opinion, I'll make sure people know it.
I mean, he's not wrong. It is accurate, but he's taking it in a completely different way than all of us are, where we're looking at her and going, good for you. You are staying above water. You are not, getting into the political mess because you are an actress. You are a celebrity. You're doing ads. You're beloved by everybody. Okay, not everybody anymore, but she was beloved by everybody, loved by all these guys. She was fun. She leaned into the male gaze, universally loved, but she's not feeding into your nonsense. And now they are losing their minds. And guys, the comments, it is so melodramatic. One person under this said, it was the smile when she said, if I have an issue I want to talk about, people will hear. When asked about white supremacy, bro, I'm actually so mad, actually absolutely wild, so gross. Yeah, she smiled because she was being polite and she was shutting down the ridiculous question. Somebody else said her saying it was surreal for him to mention her name honestly made me hate her. Basically what is happening here is that we are right back to the age of silence is violence, and that calling a jeans ad racist and a piece of Nazi propaganda is totally valid, and also that Sydney Sweeney went into this ad with American Eagle knowing that that is what she was trying to put out into the world and being happy with that politically terrible, racist, dog whistling message. I'm exhausted. That's ridiculous. How unhinged are these people truly? I knew that they would be angry at her for her non-response, but oh my God, they are taking it so seriously. Just read this post from a well-known photographer. He says, presuming that you are not a white supremacist, at least say how horrified you were by how this campaign was amplified and celebrated by unrepentant racists who believe in eugenics. Okay. At least recognize the harm your genes campaign has caused black folk. The undertone of the campaign is that your genetics are superior to others. The play on words is clear as day and racists loved it. So presuming you didn't know when you shot it, you certainly do now, and it matters. This ain't it. So because the ad was celebrated by half the country who simply thinks differently than you, she needs to apologize. And you genuinely believe that half the country is made up of racists, people who believe in eugenics. I'm sorry, I actually think that most Republicans are against Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood is one of your favorite things, and that was created because of a belief in eugenics. I think I made that comment when I was doing my initial video about this stupid outrage about the jeans campaign, but I think it's just as valid as it is today because this outrage genuinely is so absurd. Maybe Sydney Sweeney knows that the whole outrage campaign was totally overblown, that it was absurd, that it was a very loud, angry minority, and that she knows obviously that was not the intent of the ad and she is not going to feed into that nonsense. Guys, Alex, my husband, is in advertising. I listen to these advertising calls all the time as he's working on campaigns with different brands. He's freelancing with different companies. They spend months thinking through every single little piece of these advertising campaigns. They spend millions and millions of dollars. There is not a world in 2025 where a major brand is sitting down with their advertising counterparts. By the way, all the advertising companies are majorly left-wing. They are not sitting down and going, let's do racism today. Let's really invoke. Let's do racism. Let's do Nazi propaganda. No, that's not happening. That is not real in the 2025 advertising world. But that, of course, is not relevant to any of these people. They do not care about any of that because it's racism, and they are going to talk about it, and they are going to cancel her for not apologizing. And of course, her just not saying anything is not good enough because you have to feed into their delusions, feed into their accusations, or be destroyed. One person posted the clip of her not responding and said, she is seriously pissing me off. Can we make up a rumor about her pooping her pants like Caitlyn Bennett? Okay, now we're really stooping low, aren't we? Somebody else commented and said her refusal to acknowledge that is legit everything we need to hear. Any normal, decent person would want the opportunity to apologize and make a statement that they don't support white effing supremacy. Any normal, decent person would realize that this outrage is made up, would realize that this is so insane and far-fetched, and they honestly would have too much going on in their lives to care. Somebody else commented and said, what is difficult to understand here? Her parents are MAGA. She knew what she was doing while making the ad. She approves it. I guarantee she did not know what she was doing. You're really telling me that she and American Eagle were like, yes, we are making a white supremacy jeans ad. Please get a grip, people. That is basically the message of this episode. Get a grip. Moving on from their response, I will say Sydney Sweeney, she did give us a masterclass in PR, a masterclass in how to handle the press and people who are trying to back you into a corner because she did not apologize. She did not give that woman a single inch, no matter how much she was baited and continues to be baited on this same ridiculous issue. Because again, she's doing a ton of PR for this new movie, and in every interview, they're like, so the jeans, Ed, how did you feel? And she's just like, yep, moving on. Like, my family and friends know where I stand. They know my values. That's all that matters. Everything else is noise. That's what she said in another interview. That was also not good enough. They're like,
Our claims of white supremacy are just noise?
yes, you are angry little minions that are screaming about something that is not real. It is noise. And Sydney, to her credit, once she made her statement, she never bent. Whether it was on this, whether it was the outrage over her bathwater ad, or throwing a Make 60 Great Again birthday party for her mother where she was pictured standing next to her uncle or family member in a thin blue line t-shirt. The audacity. She hasn't apologized for anything. She just does what she wants. She keeps a level head. She moves forward. She lets people talk about her, and she does her work. And it is so incredibly impressive. And honestly, the right could learn a lot from her right now. Like, the fact that Sydney Sweeney has more balls than the president of the Heritage Foundation is insane. The fact that he made a video and said, yeah, we're standing behind Tucker Carlson. We're not canceling him. He has the right to say whatever he wants, platform whoever he wants. We believe in free speech. That's a non-issue. Let's move forward. The fact that he bent on that statement and is now doing an apology to her, and yet Sydney Sweeney, after having millions and millions of people, her fan base turn on her, is sitting there looking this interviewer directly in the eye and saying, nope, I am not feeding into it. Like, the lesson here should be, say what you mean wholeheartedly. If you believe something, say it. Do not allow yourself to be bullied into silence, whether it is from the mob on the left or the right. There is your message for today. If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun putting it together, and I hope that you enjoyed it too. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because this channel only exists because of you. And if you're in the mood for more, I've got even more episodes right here that I think you'll love.